Welcome to Crested Butte, a National Historic District. We're just now coming into town.
Well, you know, I don't remember inviting Ken up here. I think I remember him saying, we're coming.
I was very fortunate that my sister had the foresight to marry a guy who could make a decent living. He was smart enough not to go into medicine, and he's able to build a nice home up here that we can come leech off of.
I am one of Ken's 3 sisters. I'm the middle sister.
Everybody out there thinks these shows are simple to do.
It has been so much fun to watch this little dream of Ken and Tommy's just unfold before their eyes.
Here's what we do to get some fake water noise. Although this is not fake, this is real.
He kept saying, well, we're bringing this person, that person, this person, that person.
We're at 8,800 feet, Playboy, in case you didn't know.
8,800, and I'm still breathing.
I know. Most of the things you hear on the Real Guys will be actual, real noise.
So I was just glad to have him and glad to share this little piece of heaven.
Now what you're going to hear is the sound of a fish getting off of Tommy Nelm's line.
There you go. Too close. That was fun, though.
Next is a vicious strike on Hoot Ford's fly. Last year, the Real Guys did not make it to Colorado, but I went back and looked at some of our old footage from Telluride. And Tommy and I were anxious to get back out to Colorado, and I was really interested in fishing with Mern Judson because our only previous contact with Mern was when he tied some white buffalo flies for us. So we came out and met him, and we were not disappointed.
It's fish working in the back, fish working about 1/3 of the way up and 1/3 of the way out.
Yeah.
Your bigger fish, of course, are probably going to be over on your right-hand side here. There was another one right there.
Yeah. The thing that's great about Crested Butte, besides the creeks and the small rivers and the places we've been fishing, is it also offers you some fishing with slow-moving deep water. And we got lucky enough one day to fish that, not too far from town.
Oh, there he is.
I knew the fish were somewhere, Hoot.
Right in the top.
Oh, wow.
Took your dropper.
He sure did.
See, I think the trick there is getting to that broken water, otherwise they were seeing it.
Yeah, I think so, too.
There is a fish in here.
What do you got there, a little brown? A little brown, I think. I may pass him to those pretty colors. Kind of get the sun on him. Yeah. A little bitty one. You're right, landing in that broken water, I think it made us a little more.
Right.
Made us more tricky.
Gave us a little camouflage. That slick water back there just didn't afford us any camo. Well, these Real Guys came here to Colorado after doing some saltwater fishing, I guess for tarpon and bonefish. And they come with the big rod attitude and double haul and throw a lot of line. And so we've been working real hard on shortening that cast up, throwing a little less line, getting a real accurate, delicate presentation going here. And they've come a long way in 3 days. You're tending to get too much. You're generating your line speed with your haul.
Yeah, right in the tip.
Okay. And you're taking your rod tip way too far back, seeing it rises in front of you.
Yeah.
Notice how it wants to rise and fall.
Right.
Okay, think more about, you got the little lightweight rod back in your hand now. So your hand's going to go up. You're going to throw everything up?
Everything up.
And out. And if you haul at all, only make a haul on your pickup.
On the pickup,
okay?
yeah.
Now see, I'm going to throw it up in the air and out in front of me. Up and out. And then with a little line feed, it'll turn that leader over.
Yeah.
The Real Guys are brought to you by Pennzoil Marine, the right equipment for fishing. By Toyota, get the most out of your day, every day. And in part by Metamore, delivering IT right now.
Right below
yeah,
that
yeah.
lighter leaf tree. Oh, big fish! Was that?
That was a big fish.
That was a big brownie. Whoa!
Mern has the same philosophy that I have. I can be out there all day, and I learned years ago to kind of stop and smell the flowers every now and then.
Tommy Nelms loves to say things like, oh, it's great to sit back and smell the flowers, but after a couple of days, if you're anywhere near Tommy Nelms, you will not be able to smell any flowers.
Yes. What's the name of that old show that used to be on TV? The Odd Couple.
All you can smell are his feet, his rotten feet.
They have a long, long, long time friendship and an understanding as a family member would. You know, both of them have wonderful, strong suits. They complement each
I'll
other.
ruin it for
He
you.
must smell me. I think he smells me.
Wears these neoprene waders with no socks. And he's been wearing the same ones for several years.
Yeah, I know. I smell as bad as you do. Go find me a fish.
And they just seem to balance each other, which makes them have a great time.
We tried to encourage Tommy, first of all, to please wash his waders because it is preventing us from enjoying the old saying, slow down and smell the roses.
Who's bird?
A little better
I
fish.
finally caught one a little bit bigger. We can go that deep hole, Murray. Huh?
Yep.
Oh, look at that thing. Isn't that pretty? Lauren, again, you called that thing. That's a lot better fish. Come on over.
Now this one didn't waste any time taking the fly.
He didn't, did he? Huh?
Boy, that's a fat brown.
He is a fat brown.
How
Look
fat
at that.
that fish is.
Got some good shoulders to him. All right. We broke our no fish streak here, Murray. You get it? There we go. Good.
Healthy.
Healthy, healthy. All right, Murray. We're starting to have fun again.
Yeah, that's it. We found them.
Starting to have fun
Shake the
again.
water out of that fly and let's see if it's
Yeah.
going to float without redressing it.
I was walking along the shore and there was a bunch of grasshoppers around, and I told Mern about it, and he said, well, gee, let's put a big stimulator fly on, which will simulate a grasshopper.
Okay, let's go with a big stimulator here.
And for somebody old like me, I can be able to see it too. This will be fun
This
because
is,
we'll be able to see that rascal.
Pretty close in size to the hopper we saw over there too.
Yeah,
Give it a little dressing.
a little junk.
I'm not a big grasshopper imitation fan, so I use a stimulator for mine most of the time. Went to the box, had a couple of stimulators left. Basically, it's just a large attractor pattern. Covers a wide spectrum of insects, your grasshoppers, stoneflies, large caddis flies, so an attractor too.
What do you think? Twitch him a little bit.
I started tying flies to save money. I thought flies cost me a lot of money, and I thought, boy, I could tie these up at home and save a lot of money. In the end, I probably spent more on fly tying equipment and hooks and material that I'll never burn through in my lifetime, but the joy of tying a fly and giving it to someone like Ken or Tommy and having them catch a fish just is almost as much fun as me catching a fish.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my goodness gracious.
There he is.
Oh, you and I are sitting here talking and fooling around. And
Wait till you see this. Do you have any idea what you got here?
well, not really.
Ooh. Tommy, this is your fish. Be nice to him now.
Now, what should I do here?
Be nice to this fish. Whatever you do, if he wants line,
If they give him line.
let him have it. Just don't let him get in those trees over there.
Yeah, keep it up here.
Keep that rod tip up. Oh. That was a 20-incher. No problem.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
problem. You take your fly?
I think he did, yeah. I think he did. I saw him hauling it for those things, and I probably put a little too much pressure on him. I got a little too heavy-handed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I knew he was big from the start. I knew he was big from the start.
Vern, the good news is he thought they might hit a hopper, and guess what? One did.
My heart's kind of
Who's Vern?
doing one of those.
Your big fish trip here.
The main reason we're here is because I still got the shakes. I lost that biggest brown trout I've ever hooked in my life on a stimulator, which I guess sort of simulates a big grasshopper.
Yeah, it works good
And that
as a
stimulator
grasshopper.
is still in that 20-plus inch brown's mouth, and I think we estimate he probably weighed about 4.5 pounds. Anyway, please tie me some more
This is a bleached elk hair,
elk hair.
and it's been bleached. Then I put it in my high-dollar hair stacker. This is made out of a chapstick tube. Anyway, I just drop the hair in, tap it a few times, and then that makes all the ends of the hair even.
Okay.
Here. Now I'm going to take this and lay it in where I want my tail to come out, and just tie it down for right now. Fly tying requires a lot of patience, as fishing does, and quite a bit of time. Over a period of time, you realize that you're dubbing things heavy and doing things a little wrong, so it takes 3 or 4 years to really get a decent fly going. The hackles on these, you'll see when I spin it, when I palmer it around the finished product, is what actually captures the air and keeps the fly floating. I think my breakthrough was when I'd quit tying one at a time and try to make a dozen that looked alike. As soon as I tied a dozen flies that looked all pretty much identical one to another, the quality of my flies got much better. Spin that rabbit fur onto your thread. In the course of a season, the flies I tie for myself, my friends, and the ones I sell are probably 150 dozen flies. Natural grizzly is this barred feather. They also come in browns and many other colors. I'm going to lay 2 of these in here. Just tie them down by a little bit of stem. There's times when it's really hard to go home and sit down and whip out a dozen flies. Other nights, it's hard to quit. So, but there are periods where I just got to take a break from fly time. A little dot of glue. It's going to soak right in.
That's a beauty.
There you are.
I'll put my glasses on so I Oh, man, is
It's so light it'll hardly lay in your hand.
that
What's on these rocks here? These are caddis homes. Now, there's many different kinds of caddis. This particular one built his little house out of rocks. And he grabs little pieces of gravel and builds his home. Now, there's other kinds. Here's one done out of sticks. Okay, built out of wood. These are built out of stone.
This would be a caddis larva?
Yeah, the caddis larva living, or nymphal stage, living underwater, lives inside of these little homes. This guy, he runs around eating all your caddis and mayfly. He's real carnivorous.
Our final day of fishing, we were driving somewhere we had obviously never been before, and we were going through some big reservoirs, bridges, some really country that was kind of neat looking, and after about an hour and a half later, we got to this spot that Mernon suggested. In fact, he looked back on his logbook for years ago to see where might the fishing be good that day.
Flake boy, I was telling Mern last night I had some bad dreams about that big brown I lost yesterday. I'm not sure I'll ever hook one that big ever again in my life.
I had nightmares about it too. I wasn't even fishing.
I know.
I was just watching.
He was 4 or 5 pounds. I thought I'd hooked a small tarpon, a baby tarpon.
Well, he was the biggest brown I've seen.
Oh, jeez.
We're fishing the Lake Fork of the Gunnison. This comes down from Lake City to Blue Mesa. A lot of it's private, and there's little sections of public water. A real cliffed out, rocky area. This river is a little bit smaller than the true Gunnison. What we're trying to do here is move on up and look for the bends and the turns, fishing below the broken whitewater. The bigger fish are going to hold in there, while your smaller fish are going to hold down on the bottom of the long runs. If they were in here just rising like mad,
Yeah.
that'd be a clue of what's going on, but good man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
See how the little pop mend works for you?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice rainbow. You're going to like this one. Big white mouth. A lot of back on this rainbow.
Yeah. He taught me a little snap mend where you fishing straight upstream, and as soon as the fly lands, just pop it a little bit. Gives you a little longer drift. He just taught me that, and I threw it in and popped it, and boom, that rainbow just came up and hit the dry fly up on top.
Keep your rod
and
we just don't want him out in that fast.
I was so nervous after yesterday. This fish I caught today was not that big, but I was so nervous after losing the one yesterday, I sort of babied this.
Nice. Like that stimulator.
Ooh, well, that's what he hit in.
Yeah. Took that big stimulator. Oh, I'm gonna let him go. Where is he now? Now lower your tip and just bring him back across here. Staying down.
After yesterday, I was so nervous. Oh boy, look at the car. I'm gonna get a picture with you holding him up. Yeah, I'm sure Tommy's glad of that too. Whew.
You're next.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna get a photo. Whew, I'm gonna turn the flash on because it's nice and. I had a lot of tension. I mean, Tommy and I want to make good shows, as do our crew. And Mern Judson, I know, felt a little bit of pressure. I had some relief once we got down the river and saw how pretty it was, and then I caught that first rainbow trout, and I thought we were going to have a good day. This is just beautiful down here. Whew.
I think this fish's little heart's beating just as fast as yours.
I think it is too. He's not all that big, but I'll tell you what.
I don't know, that's a lot.
Look at him go. After struggling, thank you. After struggling yesterday, I'm kind of relieved, to tell you the truth. I told Tommy last night I felt bad because I messed up for the old reel guys.
The main thing we're trying to accomplish fishing these kind of rivers here is the presentation of the fly. There's some major points that go into the presentation. First being your position. You're better off to position yourself for a real short, decent cast so you don't need to do a lot of mending. Second part of that is then your mend. And that's where your line is on the water in relation to its speed and everything else. To get a real good presentation requires positioning and mending. Get yourself one more really quality drift.
The Real Guys have been brought to you by Pennzoil Marine, the right equipment for fishing. In part by CCA, the Coastal Conservation Association is dedicated to the conservation and protection of marine life. And by T-Bore Reel Corporation, makers of the world's finest fly fishing reels.
Well, Ken keeps telling me it's the fourth quarter. I don't know why it's always the fourth quarter when I got finally a chance to fish. He fishes the first, second, third, and I fish the fourth quarter. When my time came to fish, which is always in the third or fourth quarter as we refer to it, we were seeing fish everywhere. They were rising, they were jumping, they were right in front of us. And I fished for probably 20 minutes. I made a few good casts, but not as many as I should have.
Right
to land it?
Yeah, to your right, make your landing almost straight across the river. Yeah, now you're getting there. Yes, there. That is the spot.
Mern Judson shows the real guys sort of a different pace of life, a little slower pace of life.
Hear that?
Maybe a way to enjoy life a little bit better, and he's taught both of us a lot of new techniques. We fish this type of water maybe once every 2 years, and anything we learn, usually we forget by the next time we come, so we have to be retaught.
Mern showed me a few things. I gave the rod to Mern, and I think on his first cast, he caught a nice rainbow trout. And the reason he caught it, the primary reason is the presentation, the way the fly hit on top of the water, and the way it came down with the drift. And just watching that gave me some clues to what I need to be doing, which I finally did later. We broke the ice, guys! Did he hit on the trailer?
I'm not sure yet.
Not sure yet?
I think it was. I didn't see him rise. I just saw that.
He hit shallow too, Mern.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
Yep, right there.
Oh, this is a nice.
Yeah.
His sense of humor was falling about as low as his shoulder. And so he just said, hey, take over for a minute. He needed to sit down, and he hadn't even got out of the river, and I was into that rainbow, and he swears it was his fish.
He's chasing get out of the way, would you? He's a shark. God almighty. Look out. Just get out of the way.
That's a shark.
There he is, Tom. Yeah, I know. He's going for the beach.
Neil, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Give me the man.
He's right here. Okay. Yeah. Team effort.
Wow.
Team effort there, Mern.
Pretty strong little rainbow.
Golly. You thought that thing for about 10 minutes, I think. You gotta be kidding me. The best part about yesterday were really two things. The beauty of the water and the way it just went through that beautiful high canyon and those cliffs, and just the scene itself. And really the fact that you were searching for big trout. We were going for big fish. And I'd rather fish all day for bigger fish. And again, not catch as many, but know that they're there and try to get those big hogs. And that's what we were after yesterday. But I have never in my life seen more beautiful pools and rapids and just the way it went through the countryside as that stretch of river yesterday.
Go easy with it.
Get down below me, Mern. Get down below me.
I got the net. I'm ready for you.
Oh, well, I've always had a lot of energy level, but I got ultra high energy level now. The day's not over with yet, is it? That is a sincere laugh, Mern. Sincere laugh.
Is that the sincere laugh?
There's no mistake. Sincere laugh.
We were hearing some of the other laugh there earlier.
Yeah, I had a lot of insincere stuff, but it's just insincere laugh.
Great cast. You had it.
Yep, just like it. Yeah. And you call it all day.